Okay, what's up, YouTube? You lovely people. So I'm going to cover a few things on Gamestop as we watch a video by Penguins or Charlie about GameStop. But real quick, I do want to focus on my theory on why GameStop is ick and how they are trying to monopolize on the collectibles industry. They are basically planning to buy eBay. This is a thing that Ryan Cohen had pretty much stated and has been aggressively buying stock in GameStop, which, I guess that's fine. GameStop buys eBay or whatever. But, so this other interesting thing that I happen to know about is GameStop is in business with PSA partnership. That was a thing that they announced a while back. So essentially, PSA is in collaborations with GameStop. This is public knowledge. However, we all know about GameStop's filthy gambling addicts. So, yeah, you could buy these Pokemon cards for a random gamble. And on the buyback side, so say you want your money back, you want to liquidate, you didn't make profit, you will sell at a loss to eBay. So if GameStop ends up owning eBay, they will have the 3-piece collector's edition of fucking you in the ass. But that is not all.
Yes, they've been profitable quite consistently because they just started closing and firing everyone. It wasn't some ingenious strategy. It was just cutting everything. So obviously they're going to go a bit into the green. But their actual stores, their actual business is fucking atrocious.
And this is because they're just raising capital right now. Right now, they want to raise capital so they could buy eBay.
I'll give it one compliment here, and it feels like poison leaving my mouth, but their pricing on some retro games in some of their stores is reasonable. But beyond that, they offer nothing except a fist into your ass and deep into your wallet as well. They get in there like a colonoscopy. And the most egregious demonstration for their greed comes from their bread and butter, which is no longer games, by the way, it's collectibles.
Collectibles because they are buying eBay so they could sell at a higher premium rate so they can control the market. They have a partnership with PSA.
Fully pivoted into collectibles, most notably Pokemon, and they are by far the worst in the industry when it comes to their pricing as far as retailers go. So
Scalpers.
The 30th anniversary celebration collection is right around the corner for Pokemon, and the Ultra Premium Collection box, the UPC, is being listed by GameStop, allegedly, at $600, which is more than 3 times MSRP. MSRP for the UPC is 200 clams.
And someone's going to buy it.
Being a huge retailer, which gets distribution pricing, mind you, is listing it for 3x that. That's inexcusable. And just for a point of reference, this is the distribution pricing for this series here, the 30th anniversary celebrations. If you look at the bottom there,
it's because they are marking the prices up and they are trying to get a larger cut of the market.
For a case of Ultra Premium Collection, 4 boxes, they're paying $488. Now, I've seen this exact same pricing in multiple other spots as well from multiple sources, so I'm inclined to believe that this is accurate. This is the distribution price that anyone that has access to a distributor is paying for these products. So, GameStop obviously has a distro, and they're paying for 4 boxes less than you as a normal consumer, an average Joe Schmo blow, are paying for 1 from their store. And the reason they get away with it, as I've already said, is because fucking mindless drones still flock to it and pay that crazy
That's just what I was saying. People will still end up paying these prices.
price on it because So many other places that do sell at MSRP get wiped out instantly by botters and scalpers that are camping out for fucking 12 hours to try and be the first in line to get their grubby paws on it. So then people go to Gamestop, of all places, a godless zone, a PvP enabled zone as well. So many fights keep happening outside of Gamestop from Pokemon scalpers. But they go there and pay this crazy upcharge for no reason, just because GameStop can get away with it. GameStop honestly feels like pricing that would be like how Mr. Krabs would run this, like charging you extra for the air. It's so out of control. It's laughable that there's real sentient people out there that pick up the shield and white knight for this corporation just so they can continue to swallow their cock because they believe that somehow by nut fondling GameStop, it'll lead to huge profits for them on the back end because they've invested so much in GME because they bought into the Reddit hype around.
Oh, by the way, the GME hype has long since died off. Same thing with other stocks like GameStop, or sorry, AMC, as everyone who rode that wave could tell.
It. No one goes to GameStop for anything other than trying to get Pokemon product to scalp, which is a terrible idea, by the way, because you are getting scalped by GameStop.
I have first-hand experience. On occasion, you can get an almost okay deal, but that's only because that's what the market is dictating.
So you've already failed step one in your journey to become one of these scumbag scalpers.
Your journey to become the very best like no one ever was.
Already just bad at it. They're also terrible in the collector space in general. Like Funko Pop collectors don't even go to GameStop for the Funko Pops that GameStop invested so heavily in. They made like a big emphasis for a while on, we're the Funko Pop guys now, which is so...
Nobody wants Funko Pops. You just collect them to try to resell them. It's Beanie Babies all over again.
Embarrassing and so cringe. They're also terrible at appealing to gamblers with their power packs. A big thing...
That's what I touched on earlier. The power packs and PSA and eBay.
GameStop has pivoted to is trying to get into like the degeneracy around TCG gambling. So they have these things called power packs where you pay for a wide variety of tiers that offer different kind of potential grails, like hits in there that go all the way up to like hundreds of dollars per pack to thousands of dollars per pack. But the thing is, their grails are just worse than all of the other competitors out there. So GameStop isn't even getting like the big hits that would make you want to dump thousands of dollars for a chance at gambling on these packs. So they're the worst when it comes to Pokemon pack gambling too. They are a circus. They are just a clown show. They're a joke of a company. And the only reason people ever try to defend them is because they're hoping that they'll see some financial upside for their service here.
So the thing that sucks is with movie theaters and gaming stores, like, yeah, we want that culture, like, you know, like cosplay and like, I think it's called Mo culture over in Japan, but we want that as gamers and people who like anime and, you know, neat little niche stores, game stores, right? We want that, but we want it on a good scale. The issue is GameStop's not it. GameStop is terrible.
Here in the GME front lines and the trenches, but they are a terrible business. There's just nothing they do well, other than the occasional retro game.
No, they scam you. They scam you well.
It's not surprising to see them 3x MSRP on the 30th anniversary Pokemon UPCs around the corner, but it is still just gross. Their greed is disgusting, and it is limitless. It knows no bounds. It will always find a way to go lower. That's the GameStop motto. But I want to change gears for just a moment because it is...
So yeah, we'll go ahead and give you 10% on that game that you just bought, brand new. That was the sign. That was the red flag. We all knew. GameStop giving those crazy prices on buybacks. That's how you knew it was all downhill.
It's not just GameStop, and I've said this before. There are plenty of others as well. Some big retailers, which I've yapped about, but also I want to completely change this. LGSs. So many local game stores now are just fully embracing scalper pricing, which is so...
Yes. There's a few, like you said, local game stores. I won't name mine, but
So heartbreaking to see, because I've been a big advocate for supporting your local game stores, your local card shops, but now I've seen the infestation spread. I've seen this infection take root and rot so many of these LGSs now. I've always recommended that if you're looking to shop for singles or get sealed products, to go check out your local.
I think just basically touching up on what I talked about in my last video, we need consumer protection laws because we're all getting scalped and it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I guess the hobbies will just die out, but I mean, no one wins if that happens.
Local spots, like a lot of these are family owned businesses and would love to see you there, and like they're really fun areas to go. And if you don't have one nearby or at like a reasonable driving distance, or they don't have what you were looking for, then I always recommended TCG Player for singles or sealed product or something, because it's just this giant culmination of all of these LGSs, like actual brick and mortar, that since it was reasonable. So I've always been understanding to that fact that they sell a bit over MSRP because they just don't get a ton of it. But now, go look at what they're selling modern Pokemon sets for. It emulates scalper pricing
Oof.
1-to-1. They are fully just on board with it, selling at the same crazy.
Well, that's pre-sale prices. They usually taper off when it releases, so I wouldn't say that that is the exact price. Pre-sale prices are only available to brick and mortars. Selling through TCG Player, that's like one of the things that you have to be able to sell pre-sale. But they're always overinflated and they usually drop off around release time.
The UPC 30th celebration here, a single box of this, $14.70 at the lowest. And these are coming from real stores. That symbol, that black symbol next to the orange one on those stores, means that it is a verified hobby shop, meaning it has a physical location. These are real locations, and they are selling at $1,470.
They have to have a physical location.
For a single box of these, not a case, not a game, not a game. We're talking about practice. A single box at $14.70, and you can see like they have one.
That's 3 to 4 times what it should be.
To the Poké Shop and Gaming Company, 8 and then 50, and they're still selling at that crazy fucking price. Sickening. I don't care if this was my dad running the shop trying to charge that price. I would go over there and I'd hit him with one of these, wiggling my finger at him, saying shame on charging this much for the UPC. Now, presumably, these companies here, these stores, have distribution. I'm guessing their allocation is pretty low for most of them, but it doesn't really matter. You saw the distribution pricing there.
It's actually really disgusting for anyone who wants to try to get into the hobby. They're pretty much being priced out, and this goes back to what I was saying with GameStop. So yeah, it's a feeding frenzy where everyone in the hobby who wants cards tends to lose because, you know, the bubble is bubbling.
$4.88 for a case of it, and you're selling one box for $14.70. That one in specific, the gaming company, has 50, so no doubt they got distribution pricing for all this, and they're still selling each one of those for $14.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys pay attention to Alpha Investments, kind of goes over some of that and how, like, you know, the profit margins are a little ridiculous right now. I feel like consumers are getting screwed.
$180. That is so fucked up, man. And it's not just the UPC. The ETB here, the Elite Trainer box for 30th anniversary.
Mind you, this is the non-Pokemon Center one.
Celebration is going for $399, $400 at the lowest from any shop. You know what the MSRP is on an ETB for this set? $50. Like, come on. Look at the quantity a lot of those certified shops are selling. They definitely got distribution access to the ETB, which means they're paying $33 per unit. That's not GameStop doing that. That is your local card shop that is now unapologetically embracing this madness, exploiting you in the wake of this hysteria around Pokemon, because they know you are going to struggle to find it at MSRP now because of so many scalpers and botters swiping it before you get a chance, just gobbling it all up when like Best Buy sells at MSRP or something. So you will have to go to an LGS platform. Like, it's not TCG Player fault that these LGSs now just want to go full scalper brain on shit. And not everything is as bad as Pokemon in the TCG world, so there's still a lot of good LGSs that sell through there. But holy shit, just seeing it all just laid out like this, just blatant right in your face, it's so unfortunate. Like, I can't be angry at just GameStop and give all the LGSs a pass, even though they're doing.
It's all of them. And they're all, like I said, they're racing to the top and trying to have control over the market. GameStop, if they end up buying fucking eBay, then they will have eBay PSA backing them and the Power Pack gambling.
Doing over double what GameStop is doing per box. Granted, the difference is GameStop gets thousands of boxes, meanwhile these LGSs get tens, maybe hundreds of boxes. But even still, the philosophy is still the same. Hose the consumer for as much as they possibly can to get away with it, because they know the scarcity is out of control now because everyone's in this spending frenzy, this endless consume cycle. So you're going to have to resort to paying these crazy prices, and people are doing it because they can't help themselves. I've seen people flexing about how they don't care that it's $600 from GameStop. You must be some kind of fucking broke dweeb if you can't afford that. And then posting a picture of their receipt, just trying to dunk on you. Torps, look at this. I just wasted $600 at GameStop for my 30th anniversary UPC. So, like, there are people that genuinely are just unapologetically that the LGSs are doing through TCG Player. Unicorn at this point, especially for Pokemon, because everyone's starting card shops right now, starting online card businesses right now. So distribution,
it's oversaturated, just like YouTube and Twitch. You know, everything everyone's trying to get into basically is causing like this kind of pyramid scheme effect. Everyone wants to have a card business, so that way the people at the top can basically make more, and the money just trickles down, and they hope that it works out.
Is not something accessible at all. But the people that have distribution, they're wielding Excalibur for evil here. Like, they are still, even though they're getting crazy wholesale pricing on the shit that they're stocking their shelves with, are 3xing, 7xing their inventory. Like, I know that they only have a handful of UPCs, but that's still not excusable to just 7x the MSRP.
They're printing money.
Because I know you paid close to distribution, if not distribution, in a lot of the cases from the LGSs on there. So, like, this is ridiculous. It is so fucking out of control. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya. I'm bringing out the whimsy today.
That's about it. I already did my PowerPoint presentation here on GameStop. Planning to buy eBay, and then GameStop is in collaborations with PSA partnership and their Power Packs.